Should I have stayed at home? Many people, students, and teachers have probably asked this to themselves in school, and and have asked this to a fellow friend or uttered these words to a fellow student. Think back to the times where you might have said these words. We can't have kids thinking about these things and getting distracted and off topic. So what happens if we would convert it or try to establish a 4-day week in our district? Well, it is true that it would make things a little more complex in a sense. Schools and districts have been trying to assess the amount of teachers available and have been trying to keep up with the amount of teachers and the rate of them, since they are at a shortage. Many students many students would also want a 3-day weekend, adding to the total time spent in hanging out with family and friends. Schools should convert to 4-day school week because it's easier to schedule events, improves mental health, and it contributes to schools saving money. This list goes on, and it is beneficial towards students and teachers, so both sides are happy. Moving to a shorter week will help improve motivation. Think about it. You're sitting in a classroom and it's Thursday. You know that you're done for the week or the school week, so you are trying to get things done. And even if it is a Monday, you know that the week is only going to be 4 days. So people would want to do things at everything at a quick and more efficient pace. Considering moving to a 4-day week, either compressed or reduced hours can be a strong motivator for students and teachers. 4-day weeks have been adopted in almost 900 schools nationwide. The Associated Press reported in September of 2023 that it's marked up even for 4 years earlier in 2019, when about 650 districts in 24 states had adopted the schedule, according to the popularity of a 4-day weekend charts by Kaylin Petez. Most of these schools have worked great, implementing and making other schools want to do the same. Moving on from the motive side of things, transitioning to a shorter school week would allow schools and districts to keep up with the supply of teachers. According to schools across the U.S. are trying 4-day week. Why? To retain teachers. If students have an extra day off, that also means that teachers will also have an extra day off. This would be a great day for teachers to have meetings and to work on lesson plans, while getting a day to relax and do other lively things. The adoption of 4-day weeks have increased around 2008 as a number of mostly rural districts tried to cut costs during the Great Recession. But surprisingly, districts have been using 4-day weeks and have been particularly pronounced since the pandemic. This time around, schools are making the switch more often with the goal of boosting teacher recruitment and retention. Teachers and districts would lose money. Now that you might be asking yourself, what if schools are reduced and the money is also reduced? Well, some teachers are barely keeping up with bills, groceries, and all that good stuff. This would mean that a lot of teachers would want longer weeks. At this, I would say students would want less school. And according to benefits of a 4-day week, here are the costs and benefits. Many districts have thought this through and have come up with plans to make sure that teachers don't get lower pay. And basically, it all depends on the size of the district and what the administration wants to do. If a school gets a shorter week, then basically more kids will want to go to that school, and that will lead up to more money or even more money. Perhaps not surprisingly, 85% of the students in a 4-day week said that they liked the shorter week a lot. But 89% of the elementary school parents in a 4-day district also said that they were mostly satisfied with the shorter schedule. Research shows that a maximum of a possible savings in the district of a 4-day week is 5.3%, but the average saving range is from 0.4 to 2.5%. One factor affecting savings is whether the school remains open on the 5th day. In conclusion, I implore you to email your principal and to ask him to think about changing our school to a 4-day week schedule. Thank you.